good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. You know, um, one of the things that is really paralyzing good people is fear. And that fear is making them uncertain about what to do. You see, this fear is making people wanting to have to know everything. They got to know every step. They're not going to trust their intuition. And this is the problem that a lot of people are the one thing that they're missing is the opportunity to be able to establish a relationship with your intuition. You see, when you stop being afraid, man, you start trusting your intuition. That's what you're following, and you don't know the way when you're trusting your intuition. You're just responding to what it's telling you to do. You know, sometimes, when I'm sitting at the White House and, I'll pick up my phone, I'm playing national anthems, and just start going through the list and stop at a, just where my thumb stop, play this one. And right when I start playing this national anthem, here comes some people from that country. And they are in shock. Wow, you're playing out my national anthem. And that tells me, man, God's hand is on this. I may not see how it's going to work out, but God has his hand on this. So now I got to take my hands off the wheel and let him have it, let him do it. This is what I got to do. I got to take my hands off the wheel. Okay, Lord, since you show me, and I'm going to tell y'all, listen to me. There's not a day gone by every time I go down to the White House. When I leave my car, and before I get to Pennsylvania Avenue, somebody has responded to my sign. Like today, I was leaving today, and what's going on, gamer? Yes, I'm back up in the house, and this young lady, little young girl, came up and said, "Sir, I just want you to know I really appreciate what you're doing. I really appreciate it, and I admire it." Little young girl. And sometimes we get so wrapped up in our interpretation of how things should go, how they should work out. Do you realize that if things worked out for you the way they worked out in your imagination, you wouldn't need God? You take God for granted? If you can think of the solution and it worked out exactly the way you thought about it in your mind, you don't need God. You have no need for God. You would take God for granted. Because every time you come up to something, you think the solution, and it would happen the way you think. That's what most people want God to do. Want God to fix it the way they see it in their mind. You see, and God might be saying, I can't do it that way because if I did it that way, it would do you more harm. See, the one thing people are afraid of making is a mistake. Well, what do you learn from? Your mistakes. And here's the difference. See, if you're a good person, the Bible say a good man can fall 7 times and get back up again. So you have no reason to be scared. Because you're going to learn. If you don't learn from your mistake, you're going to continue to keep making it. But a wise person will learn from their mistakes. And most folk that's the one thing most folk are afraid to make, is a mistake. They're afraid to make a mistake, man. And as long as you're scared to make a mistake, you're scared to learn. Let me say that again. As long as you are afraid to make a mistake, you are afraid to learn. And you got a whole lot of people out here right now that's afraid to learn, man. They don't want to learn. They want to play it safe. And that's what fear sometimes will make you do. Make you play it safe. You won't take a risk. And right now, when you don't want to take a risk, you become predictable. Let me say that one again, because that just helped somebody. See, sometimes when you don't want to take a leap of faith, you become predictable. People know how you're going to act. They know what you're going to do because they done seen it too many times. And then that way, they can go down the path because they know you coming. And mess up things because they know you coming. Because you done told them. And your intuition keep telling you, go this way. But you want to play it safe. And see, and this is the thing, and a lot of times when you playing it safe, you missing a blessing, man. You missing a lesson. You missing a blessing. You missing a lesson. You missing growth when you playing it safe. You can't grow playing it safe. You grow when you step out on your faith. Okay, now listen, ladies. Listen to me. Now, and I've been down this road myself. This why I can tell you. You got Christians that have gone out and got in debt and talk about how God blessed them. Look how God blessed me. And you struggling to pay for it. That ain't from God. That ain't a bit more from God than man on the moon. But you fool yourself like it's a blessing from God. And you had to cut all kind of corners to pull that thing off. That wasn't from God. If it was from God, you wouldn't even have to be paying for it. It'd be free. If it was from God, it'd be already paid for. That's what, and see, that's what I keep telling people. And we ain't seen God's wealth in the earth realm yet, man. We have not seen God's wealth in the earth realm. This modern day man ain't seen God's wealth. Ain't seen God. All them jokers that's up there on top, man, they doing any and everything they wanted to. They ain't godly. And the Bible say evil men retain riches. You hear that? Evil men retain riches. See, so you don't have to be godly. I mean, just because you rich don't mean you godly. Bible say evil men retain riches. So stop, man. Don't second guess yourself. All right, just if an idea come to you, and see that's the only way. God either is gonna talk to you through your intuition or through another person. That's how God gonna talk to you. Gonna talk to you through your intuition or another person. And them the way two ways God gonna communicate with you. Okay? And if you got a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, then you might miss the voice of God. Because you got too much going on. And you don't know which voice is which. And see, and that's the problem with most people. They don't know which voice to listen to. Well, that's real easy. See, if a voice is telling you to do something destructive, to cheat, to lie, to steal, that ain't God. God ain't gonna tell you to do that. God ain't gonna tell you to go and try to get somebody else's husband or wife, break up a man. God ain't gonna tell you to do that. And you got some people in that position talking about, look what God gave me. God ain't gave you that. That's some of your shit. God ain't had nothing to do with that. You see? And the things that God trying to tell you to do, you scared. See, the tightrope he been trying to get you to walk, you don't want to walk that. But you can walk that plank, man, that you done set up. And see, and that's what most of us are on a plank that we done fix, that we got propped up. God ain't got nothing to do with it. And we looking for God to help us out on something we done built because we couldn't trust him. All right? Oh, man, let me show y'all something. See, now y'all know the devil attacked Job. Not only did the devil attack Job, destroyed everything he had, even his health. And Job wouldn't cuss God. Job's friends tried to make him cuss God. Okay? Job's friends tried to make him cuss God, and he would. And I want y'all to listen to this, man. I just saw this the other day. I read it this morning. So, this is chapter 42. I'm gonna start at verse 7. And so it was, after the Lord had spoken these words to Job, that the Lord said to Eliphaz and Temanite, my wrath is arise against you and your two friends, for you have not spoken of me for this right, as my servant Job has. Now therefore, take for yourselves 7 bulls and 7 rams. Go to my servant Job and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you, for I will accept him, lest I deal with you according to your folly, because you have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has. You hear that? See, God is telling them, his enemies that tried to talk, I ain't happy with what y'all did. Go back to him. I'll accept his prayer for you on your behalf. I'll accept his prayer, but I won't accept yours. So Eliphaz and Temanite and Bildad the Shumite, and Zophar, the Naamanite, went and did as the Lord commanded them. For the Lord had accepted Job, and the Lord restored Job's losses when he prayed for his friends. You hear this? Listen to this, y'all. And the Lord restored Job's losses when he prayed for his friends. The same ones that tried to get him to compromise, he prayed for them. He prayed for them. And God gave him back what he had lost once he prayed. And listen to this. And the Lord restored Job's losses when he prayed for his friend. Indeed, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then all his brothers, all his sisters, and all those who had been his acquaintances before came to him and ate food with him and in his house. And they consoled him and comforted him for all the adversity that the Lord had brought upon him. Each one gave him a piece of silver and each a ring of gold. They made that boy rich. They made him rich. So did. Okay, and listen. Now the Lord blessed the latter days of Job. This is verse 12. More than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemiah, the name of the second Keza, and the name of the third, okay. In all the land were found no women so beautiful as the daughters of Job. Okay? After Job lived 140 years and saw his children and grandchildren for 4 generations. He lived for 140. And he said, when Job prayed, ooh, Bernie, thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Bernie. Appreciate that $20, brother. Thank you. Thank you, brother. See, this is, instead of us being mad at our haters, we need to start praying for them. Because if we pray for them, listen, and the Lord restored all Job's losses. This verse 10 in chapter 42, verse 10. And the Lord restored Job's losses when he prayed for his friend. A lot of y'all didn't even know that yourself. The Lord restored his losses when he prayed for his friends. The same ones that tried to turn him against the Lord. That tried to make him cuss God. And he ended up praying for him, and God blessed him. Okay? God blessed him. Sure did. Now, and since God ain't no respecter of persons, the same thing could happen to you. Maybe if you start praying for some of your enemies, God start blessing you. And you let go some of that hatred, some of that vindictiveness, some of that unforgiveness, if you start praying for them. All right? I ain't gonna keep y'all on tonight, man. I just came up here, man. It's fear. It's fear that got everybody locked down with fear, and they missing a blessing, being afraid. Won't give nobody a chance, being afraid, and you're missing a blessing, cause you're scared. You scared, and that's what the enemy got you scared of another good person. Ain't that sad? Good people are afraid of other good people. Good people can't even spot other good people. Okay? All right? That's the problem. That is the problem. Good people are scared of good people. And these good people are all in the different races. And they scared of other good people. You gonna tell me if you a Christian, you can't recognize another Christian by their works? Let me say that again. God diggity dog. You mean to tell me if you a Christian, you can't recognize another Christian by their works? By what they, not what they say. I can tell you anything. Okay? I can tell you anything. And let me tell you the one you beware of. The one that walk up and ask you, do you believe in Jesus? Put some space between you and them. Because some shit is coming behind that. I'm telling you. Okay? Listen to what I just said. That person that come up and ask you, do you know Jesus? Man, yeah, I do. And see you later. I ain't interested in your Jesus, though. That's for sure. Yeah, I know Jesus. But I ain't not the one you serve. See, because you got a whole lot of people out here that call themselves Christians and just as demonic as they want to be, man. Just as evil. I, I told you, I was an usher in church. And I done seen people come in church mad and leave out mad. Church ain't changed them one bit. They come in there mad and they leave out mad. Why you waste your time? If you gonna come out the same way you went in, that's a waste of time. Man, and that goes for a relationship. If you come out the way you went in, you ain't grow. You ain't do nothing. That's probably why it didn't work. Because you ain't want to grow. See, you know it all. You got all the answers. And that's another thing that's keeping people scared. They think they got all the answers. They know it all. And don't know nothing. But you can't tell them that. And this is the problem, man. Right now, people just don't want to listen. They think they got all the answers. And when you're trying to tell them, see, and this is the crazy part. This same media that you claim you don't trust is the same media that tell you who your leaders are. The same media you said you don't trust. Okay? The same one you said you don't trust. It's the same one that's going to tell you who should lead you, who to listen to. You don't make up your own mind about who you want to listen to. And ain't nobody perfect, man. See, stop trying to get out here and find some perfect person. Ain't nobody perfect. Oh, everybody got some ism, some shit up in their closet. I don't care how much money you got, how broke you are, you got some shit up in your closet. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So just cut it out. Quit pretending like you all that, because you ain't. You ain't. And this is the problem. We got too many people out here pretending to be something that they ain't. Let me say that again. We got too many people out here pretending to be something that they ain't. And they want rights to be a liar. They want protection. Because when you pretending, you're a liar. That's what you are. If you're a pretender, you're a liar. Simple as that. And if you pretending to be a woman and you're a man, you're a liar. You're a liar. And if you're pretending to be a man and you're a woman, you're a liar. That's what you are. You're a liar. Now you can call it whatever you want, but it ain't true. So if it ain't true, it's a lie. And see, and hold on, oh, there you go. I'm telling you, that it's a lie. How come I can't be entitled to my opinion? Why I got to accept your opinion, but I'm wrong when I try to deal with to voice my opinion, I'm wrong. But when you voice your opinion, everybody's supposed to agree with it. Well, I don't agree with your opinion. So I want to voice my own. Now, if you got a problem with me voicing my opinion, then that's your problem. And see, and we got see here again. We go back to fear. See, a lot of people are afraid to speak the truth, to say right is right and wrong is wrong. People ask me all the time, say, what you think about the Trump indictments? Shit, my grandmama say, baby, you make your bed hard, you gotta sleep on it. That's my take on Trump's indictment. You make your bed hard, you gotta sleep on it. It's just that simple. And stop making excuses. So you gotta stop making excuses. Well, you can call it a witch hunt. You can call it what the truth gonna come out. The truth is gonna come out. And just like I told you, you see, you got some people, they just run their mouth all the time. Everything come up, come out. And that's Trump. Everything that come up, come out. And people are going down in front of him because he done told them what he gonna do. So they down the road trying to sabotage that. And all he had to do is just keep his mouth shut. Keep his mouth shut. But no, he got to tell people, keep your mouth shut. Because that's how people sabotage it. And he is the perfect lesson, man. If you want a master class in what not to do, look at him. He's master class, man. What not to do, what not to say. He's a master class. They're going to use him to show people what not to do. He going to be the example. You watch. Anyway, I'm gone, man. I see y'all. Stop being scared. Stop being scared. What are you afraid of? You might make it. Have you thought about it that way? What you might be afraid of is success. Just might be what you're afraid of. See you later.